Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. In the 2 drops today, I'll be showcasing what could very well be the best light mech in the game. I'm talking about the Incubus 5, which was showcased as part of the challenge series. The link is in the description below. And since then, I've made no major changes to the mech other than to add consumables and unlocking skills. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's see if we can figure out why I am making such a bold opening statement. So our first drop of 2 has us playing Assault Mode on Forest Colony Snow, and our weapons loadout hasn't changed. We're still running 3 medium pulse lasers, 4 light machine guns, and the blistering speed of 143.1 kph. And that speed is what has allowed us to get behind the advanced elements of the enemy team, taking out the Nova and applying pressure to enemy units that are quote-unquote in their backfield, like this Jenner. Because he's LRMs, he's going to want to sit back in relative safety, launching his missiles. And because of the speed, I'm able to get into the back and make it not so comfortable for him to sit back there. Now, I do have some teammates with me that are going to help apply additional pressure, and that Jenner is in big trouble. And here comes a couple of his friends. It looks like an Orion and a Panther. Now, they've done a great job here splitting opposite sides of that choke point, making it very difficult to push into it without getting focused by either one or the other, depending on which way you look. So I am going to need some help pushing through that. I put out an Arty Strike, trying to bait the Panther forward a little bit more. Hopefully that Arty Strike messed his mech up even more. I've got to be careful of my left arm and left torso. Those are starting to look really, really weak, and I don't want to go back into that choke point. However, I want to keep the enemy's attention as long as possible. We're ahead on kills, and the Orion helps me out with that decision because he comes into the choke point, so I don't have to go back into it. Now, I do want to come at this from a slightly different angle. I'm going to use the terrain over here to get a little bit of height advantage. Here comes the Orion again, and now I'm in a position where I can fire around and over top of my friendly units, adding support fire as we focus this Orion, and we are chewing through that center torso armor in a hurry with our machine guns, and there goes the kill. The score is 9-2, and I notice an enemy assault mech on the other side of the hill from our position. I want to see if I can come around and get into a flank position, but no, he's coming our way. He's open center torso, but that's a lot of firepower on that King Crab. I'm backing off, doing what damage I can, and again, holding his attention because I have friends coming around the corner from the opposite direction. And as he spins to engage them, we get a little chip damage in, but the teammate follows through and gets the kill. So the score now is 11-2, and the hunt begins for the final remaining enemy mech. And as we hunt down the last remaining mech, hopefully this clip thus far has demonstrated to you why I sing the praises of this mech. This is a speed demon, so fast, maneuverable. You have decent firepower, good weapon hardpoints. They're high in the torsos, so even if you lose your arms, you're still in the fight. This mech makes an excellent scout, can be a flanker, can be a harasser, and most important and impressive overall is the fact this mech has been this good straight out of the box. It has only gotten better. As long as you remember, speed is life. I forgot that lesson and stood still a little too long, and that allowed the Arctic Cheetah to focus me and take me out. I'm pretty confident the rest of my team can take out this lone Arctic Cheetah. In fact, the Stalker's got a good beat on him, and down it goes. Switching over to our end screen, we wind up with the victory on this one. 1 kill, 5 assists, 534 damage done. Let's see if we can improve on that. Switching over to our next drop, this one finds us playing skirmish mode on Emerald Vale. And let me know in the comments your thoughts on the Incubus 5 thus far, or what your vote would be for the best light mech in the game. Our speed with this mech allowed us to get into the enemy drop location. A teammate picked off a disconnect or AFK unit, and I was able to pick off the Javelin who was trying to help out. Now I've pushed up over the ridgeline, and that's where we find this Blood Asp. Now he was hoping to sit up here with his LRM-20s, raining missiles on my teammates. This we cannot have, so I'm distracting him, chewing through armor wherever I can get a good shot in, and my teammates are pushing into the area. My job is to keep his attention and try to spin him around, exposing his back to my teammates, and he is definitely getting chewed up. The light machine guns at close range are nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of DPS, and there goes the tactical shutdown. I don't think I could do a drop without a tactical shutdown, but that just gives me a chance to say, if you like the content so far, be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any future content. And a special thank you so very, very much for all of you that have hit that subscribe button and joined the Sleepless Nights Gaming Army. Now, back into the action on this one real quick. We took the fast way down over the cliff so that we could get back into the fight as quickly as possible. A little leg damage doesn't hurt anybody every once in a while. And while trying to get an angle on the rear CT of that Dagger Wolf, this is where we find the Nova Cat, and he is LRM extremely heavy, which means up close and personal, those LRMs have no power, and I can just chew him up. So we're going to give him a severe case of lead poisoning with all of our light machine guns firing, and a teammate swoops in to secure the kill for us, and that marks the end of the Nova Cat. Now we've got to look for more victims, and that's when I see something over here towards Echo 4, so I'm going to zip across the board, and sure enough, there's a couple of enemy units, and the crab ducked behind the building. Get a passing shot on him when I see the Hellfire, and around the corner from him are more enemy units. I quickly pop my UAV, do a quick run through, sowing hopefully some confusion into the enemy ranks, getting my UAV up so that my teammates can see the enemies on the mini-map. And now I go back to pursuing this crab who is severely hurt, and we're getting some shots in on him, but the Hellfire is providing cover, so we'll do another quick run through, and it costs us the right torso to our mech, but they were all spun around watching me, opening the door for my teammates to push in and utterly wreck the enemy team. We are down to the last two, last one, and that is the final enemy mech right there. We'll add some lead poisoning to his mech, and switching over to our end screen, we get the win on this one. 1 kill, 8 assists, 790 damage done.